Hi everyone. Okay, this is my first YouTube video. I'm doing it because Instagram's space is limited and I keep finding myself going over time in reels and posts, and also because I want to separate my two issues that I'm working with. The first one is coaching and the second one is about Israel. I'm going to go into more detail later on. Just going to tell you why you should watch this space and subscribe if you like what I'm going to talk about. Then you can just click like, but subscribe if you want to keep up and find out more about the coaching thing is guiding your journey to freedom. I'm talking from experience, and I think anyone who feels they need to break free from anything they're going through would find it beneficial. The tips, the guidance, or one-to-one coaching later in a later stage. But at the moment, my main aim is to just show you the picture and the opportunities that you have. The second thing is to do with Israel. I'm really passionate about that subject. I was born in Israel. I was born in Nahariya on the border with Lebanon. And everything I've been going through as a child, from when I was 10 years old, I just wanted to share it with the world. I thought the world has to know the truth. This is not what they show on their TV. This is not what's happening. Why are they showing that? As a kid, I was watching TV in Israel, I was watching the news, and always on the news they used to say, oh, this is what they show about us in other countries. And at the age of 16, I thought, okay, I'm not watching anymore. It's not going to help my mental health, and I can't change it. But now I can, thanks to social media, and I can share my truth. And until Bridget Gabriel came along, or until I saw a video by Bridget Gabriel, I thought, how am I going to make sure that people believe what I'm saying? Because the Palestinian narrative propaganda, they are like so bombed with money and fake news and Pallywood, and they bomb you with all this false information until you just give up and you say, okay, that must be true. If that's what they're saying, it must be true. And I was thinking, how are they going to believe me? And when Brigitte Gabriel came along, or when I saw her video, I thought, she is a living proof. She is my counterpart across the border. Everything I was saying all along about what's happening in Israel, she can confirm, she can verify, because she was on the side that was being used and being targeted as well in many ways, but they were also being used in order to target us. So I'm going to separate the two. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this on Instagram at the moment. I'm going to have my Friday post, which is to do more with coaching, with inspiring lifestyles and finding your freedom, finding your courage. Buoyant, it's called buoyant because I believe you need to flow with life and you need to rise above it. And we can. It's a choice, it's our choice, okay? No matter which mistakes and errors and paths took us to wherever we ended up being, it's in our power to change that. It's in our power to make it better. It's in our power to look at it from a different perspective. Everything is a lesson in life, and if we're mature enough and if we're willing to face it and look in the mirror and say, you know what, this was, I made a bad choice. This was my choice, and I'm going to rectify my choice. Then you have endless opportunities. Your abundance is limitless. So this is to do with the coaching, and that's going to be on Fridays, and Coffee with Hila is on Sundays, and that's to do with Israel. Every day I've got loads of stories at the moment since 7th of October. It's bang on. Israel, with a lot of things in the middle to soothe the pain, because my heart is bleeding. I don't know about you. I don't know if you're not Israeli, if you're not Jewish, you might not be feeling that. As an Israeli, as a Jew, I can tell you that we are one. We feel like a family. Whether the kid that was killed yesterday in Gaza from Orchid's unit, there's the photo of him with his dog, David Sasson. Whether you knew him or you didn't know him, whether you know his family or you didn't know his family, as an Israeli Jew, and not only Jews, also the Druze and also Christians who feel Israeli, like Yosef Haddad. If you're an Israeli, you're one big family, and if somebody falls, we all hurt. We're all feeling the pain. We are all broken with the family. So, of course, the family is the one that's going to have to deal with the tremendous amount of pain for the rest of their lives. But we are there with them. We are there at the beginning, at least. And so it hurts us all in the same way, which if you're a foreigner, or if you're an outsider, or if you're not related to Israel, and if you don't know life in Israel or Jewish people, you might find it all like, okay, so another soldier died. No big deal. Like when they show you things about Ukraine or about other places in the world. And like people sometimes look at Israel as a third world country. We're not a third world country, you know. We are so modern and so alive and so full of energy and innovation and art and creation. And this is like, it's like heaven, you know. Israel could have been heaven if it wasn't for the enemies that are adamant to finish us off. So this is a whole other story, but because this is now our existence, and as a Jew living away from Israel at the moment, I must say that over the past 16 years, I felt like it's pre-Holocaust. People didn't believe me. People said that I'm maybe paranoid, maybe seeing things a little bit too dark. I'm a very optimistic person. I always look at the full half of the cup. But you could not ignore the fact that when I walked with an Israeli flag, people used to walk away. When we had a summer fair at school, the Israeli flag was taken away from all the selection of flags that was displayed. It's systematic. It was dripping slowly. The Promise, which was a series, I don't know if any of you watched, was like one of those harshest things for me to see, to witness. The fact that was Israeli actors in it was a whole new level of Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ, a good thing for a Jew to say, right? Anyhow, so I'm very, very passionate about everything to do with Israel. I think we're in an emergency. We're in a survival mode. My stories reflect that. And in the middle, there's nice things to soothe and to, I love skateboarding, I love surfing, I love watching. I'm not doing that. I love watching all of that. I like extreme sports. I like the adrenaline and the action and the feeling. And sometimes I'm just going to incorporate that in my stories to get you to feel that as well, because that's when you feel alive. I think that's freedom. I think maybe the extreme and the freedom, and it's like the wild and the being wild, all of it together is like you feel alive. And I think maybe only people who, from the day they were born, other people try to kill them, that for them to feel alive is like such a big thing. I think, bloody hell, I feel alive, I'm alive. And I'm so grateful. Every morning when I open my eyes, whether I'm sad because of something that happened, I'm grateful. And ever since I'm a little kid, I was grateful. And I used to go to bed at night and I used to end my day saying, thank you, God, for the wonderful day that I lived through. And I can't remember all of it. I'm gonna do this on another video. But I was always living in a sense of gratitude, because death was always an option. Because not having that was always an option. I wasn't even talking about a house with a garden and a Lamborghini in the front yard and a swimming pool. It was survival. And for people who didn't stand in that position, people who never experienced what it's like to be persecuted, cannot stand and lecture Israel what it should or shouldn't do. I'm sorry. All these people who are really empathetic, loving people of the universe, and they want to see peace and love and da-da-da-da-da. Ceasefire, schmisfire. When they come for you, they don't ask you who you vote for. When they come for you and take your son or your daughter or your parents, when they abuse you, you don't start saying, oh, let's make peace. You want them off the planet. So this is it. Might be radical for some of you. This is me, you know, love me or hate me. But it's going to be interesting. So watch this space.